Hey guys, welcome you all to Weight Vision. Today we are going to discuss on some of the dog skin problem and their best solutions. So if you hear some sound of scratching and licking skin, don't blame your dog. It's nothing but the skin problems that your dog is facing. Usually the skin problems are ranging from parasitic to allergic condition, and some of we are going to discuss right now. The first one is bacterial skin infection, which is generally caused by bacteria, and that includes impetigo folliculitis, that we will discuss later on. The second one is the ringworm. Despite its name, ringworm is not caused by worm but by the fungus. The term rings come from the circular patches, and that varies from size. Okay, so that patches are develops usually on heads, between paws areas, ears, and his forelegs. And the inflammation and scaly patches are mostly observed. Along with it, some hair loss are also encountered. Puppies less than a year old are the most susceptible to ringworms, and the infection can spread quickly between dogs in a kennel or to pet owners at home. For that, we usually recommend some antifungal medications and medicated shampoo. Then the second one is allergic dermatitis. Your dog can have allergic reaction like us from grooming products, foods, and environmental irritants such as pollen or insect bites. A dog with allergic may scratch their skin, and it may pick at the skin, often reveals an ugly rashes. So for that we usually recommend corticosteroid for the treatment. But most effective treatment is to identify the allergic exposure is best one. Then third one is folliculitis. It's an infection that cause sores, bumps, and scabs on dog skin, and these skin abnormalities are easier to see in short dogs, whereas in long hair dogs, the this folliculitis symptoms may be dull coat and shading with scaly skin underneath. And folliculitis often occur in conjugation with some other skin problems, such as if your dog have mange problem previously, or it is allergic to some pollens, or he have suffering from any injuries. And for that treatment is oral antibiotic and antibacterial ointments along with antibacterial shampoos are useful for this. Then next one is impetigo. Impetigo is mostly common in puppies. It causes pus-filled blisters that may breaks through. The blisters usually develops on hairless portions, means underneath the stomach areas. It usually occurs the most. Impetigo is rarely serious and can be treated with topical solutions of antibacterial ointment. Then, in small number of cases, the infection may spread or it may persist also. Next one is seborrhea, that causes dog skin to become greasy and develop scales, means dandruff like dandruffs. In some cases, it's genetic disease that begins when a dog is young and lasts a lifetime. But most dog with seborrhea develops the scaling as a complication of another medical problem, skin problems like allergy or hormonal abnormality. And in these cases, it is vital to treat the underlying causes so symptoms do not reoccur. The seborrhea itself typically can be treated with some medicated shampoo that I will tell you later on. The next one is yeast infection. It usually occurs on ear and paws areas. If your dog is continuously licking and chewing her toes, then you can easily recognize that it is a yeast infection. Some symptoms include irritated, itchy, or discolored skin that may be visible by our eyes. The skin infection usually strikes, as I told, on paws or in ears, where yeast have a cozy space to grow. Yeast infection are easy to diagnose and often respond well with topical creams. and in some cases we recommend some oral drugs and medicated bath for yeast infection. The next problem is mange. It is mainly caused by parasite that is called as mites. There are two types of mites, that is sarcoptic mange, and the another one is demodectic mange. Sarcoptic mange, also known as canine scabies, and it spread easily among dogs and can also be transmitted to peoples. But the parasite don't survive on human beings. Then the symptoms are, for me, sarcoptic mange is itching and red skin, sores along with hair loss, and a dog's ear, face, and legs are most commonly affected with sarcoptic mange. In demodectic mange, it can cause bald spots on dog skin, scabbing, and sores, but it is not contagious between animals or people. And the treatment for this is depend upon the types of mange, and it will diagnosed by veterinarian by with the help of microscope, as these mange are not visible by our naked eyes. For that we require a microscopic examination, and we can diagnose whether it is sarcoptic or demodectic mange. Fleas are next one is fleas. Fleas are most problematic to owner as well as pets, as we cannot see it by our eyes, but flea droppings or eggs are usually visible in dog's coat. Other symptoms include, if your dog's having flea on his body, then the symptoms are excessive licking, scratching, scabs, and hot spot may develop. In severe flea infestation occurred, that can be leads to anemia and even exposure your dog to other parasites such as tapeworm. Treatment may include for this is some flea killer, spot-ons are available, or spray you can use. Uh, the next problem is uh, ticks, and that are most commonly observed on stray and our pets animal, that they are the external parasite and that usually feed on dog's blood. You can spot a tick feeding on your dog with the naked eyes. To properly remove a tick, grabs the tick with a tweezer if you have, close to the dog's skin, and gently pull it straight out. Twisting or pulling too hard may cause the head to remain lodged in your dog's skin, and which can lead to other infection. They may have tick fever because of that. And place the tick after that. Place the ticks in a jar with some alcohol or water for a couple of days and dispose of it to. If you live in an area where ticks problems are so much, then you consult your veterinarian about this. If ticks are in your home, then I recommend you to do pest control at your homes and apply some spot on every month to your dog skin for removal of skin. The next one, sometime changes in dog skin color or coat texture can be warning sign for some common metabolic or hormonal problems. They can also result from infection or other skin disorder. Usually a simple blood test can be identify the underlying causes for this, and be sure to ask to your veterinarian about any significant changes to your dog's coat. If your dog's skin is dry, flaky, or red, then it may be indication of some common symptoms of allergy, mange, or other skin diseases. But most often, dry or flaky skin is nothing serious. Make sure you are feeding your dog with a high quality of food. And then next one is skin tumor. If you notice a hard lump on your dog's skin, point it out to your doctor immediately, as dog can develop cancerous tumor in their skin like human beings. The only way to confirm a diagnosis of cancer is to biopsy the tumor. If the lump is small enough, your doctor may recommend removing that it completely, and this can yield a diagnosis and treatment with a single procedure. For tumor that have not spread, this may be only treatment needed. Then next is hotspots. Hotspots, also called acute moist dermatitis, that are small, occur on small areas and appear red, irritated, and inflamed. They are most commonly found on dogs' head, hip, or chest area, and often feel hot to touch. Hotspot can result from a wide range of conditions, including some infection, allergy, or insect bite, or excessive licking and chewing of a particular area for a long time. Treatment for this is cleaning the hotspot with some antiseptic and addressing the underlying condition, and some use some antibiotic for that. So okay, we discuss all the problem. So when we have to visit our veterinarian, although the skin problems are not emergency, it is important to get an accurate diagnosis so the condition can be treated. See your veterinarians if your dog is scratching or licking excessively, or if you notice any changes in your pet coats or skin, including scaling, redness, discoloration of skin, or any bald patches or alopecia. Once the causes is identified by your doctor, the most skin problems respond to treatment very early. For preventive measure, I will give you some of the tips that you can do at your homes and prevent your dogs from having any skin problems. The first and important thing you have to remember is shampoo. Choose your dog shampoo wisely according to his skin conditions, skin coat. If your dog having any bacterial or fungal infection, there are so many and good quality medicated shampoos are available for that. Then like if you want some name, then Pedben and Interben shampoos are good for antifungal as well as antibacterial infection. If your dogs have ticks problems, then you can use a tick medicated shampoo, like Himalaya shampoos are very best for it. Then you can use some spot-ons every month that prevents the ticks and fleas. There are some tablets are also available on market like Bravecto. It will for 3 month prevention from ticks and fleas. Then pest control I recommend. Then regular bathing is necessary. You can give them bathing every fortnightly or in 7 days is must. Use shampoo according to your skin dog skin conditions. The next important thing is diet of your dog. If it is having any allergy to food, then you have to look upon his diet regularly, and you have to try some food elimination trial at your home by opinion with your veterinarian doctors. The next And the next important thing that I always tell you is nutritional supplement. That is very important for dog skin. You can give some the nutrient supplement which contain omega 3 fatty acid or omega 6 fatty acid along with some vitamins and minerals, like Nutricoat Advances, salmon oil, that are very good nutritional supplement for dog skins. Then deworming is important thing, as I posted some videos for dogs deworming. You can check it out. And vaccination of dog at timely is necessary. So if you guys maintain this all regularly, then you can avoid